Hey everybody, Dustin Thompson, Sierra Club Delaware Chapter Director. Last year we did a whole video series on the grid, on energy bills, on different state policies. Covered a lot of ground. All those videos are still up on our YouTube channel. If you check us out on YouTube, Sierra Club Delaware Chapter, you'll find all those on our playlists and tons of good information there that'll really help as sort of a basis for the video series for this year. So we're doing another one. Energy bills are up again. Why? Did I use more energy? Did rates go up? And if rates did go up, what went up and why? So you can see pretty easily on your bill if you used more or less energy compared to last year by just looking at the number of kilowatt hours on your electric bill or cubic feet on your gas bill. And it was cold this last billing cycle. It was even more cold during this past month, which folks are getting bills now, or you might be getting one soon if you haven't got one already. But even if you use more energy, then your bill definitely went up. But that's not the entire story, because some people use less energy than they did last year, and some folks are still paying more this year. Why? Well, in a few words, rates went up. In this video, we're just going to be looking at the rates, not the reason behind the rates, which we'll talk about in our next video. You can see, if I share my screen, you can see on the electric side that the cost of energy or supply charges went up by about 16%. You can see supply charges down here, they went up about 16%. So last year they were a little over 8 cents. This year they're pretty far over 9 cents. So the supply charges went up, but the cost of delivering that power, the distribution charges or delivery charges, those stayed exactly the same. You can see they were about a little over 4 cents. They're still at the same rate this year. So on the electric side, the cost of electricity across the region went up. So even if you used electricity, you still may have paid more depending on how much less you used. But in either case, you paid more for the same amount of electricity. So this supply cost, as we mentioned in previous videos, this is a pass-through cost. DPL doesn't control it. They don't set it. They don't make money off of it. It is whatever the market price is for electricity. So that's the delivery or distribution of the energy. That's where they make their money, where they make the return, and that did not go up on the electric side. But on the gas side, you can see here it's a much worse story. On the gas side, which many Delawareans, around half, use for heating, those costs went up by 42% this year. You can see these supply costs were just about 46, almost 47 cents last year. This year, the supply cost is a little over 67 cents per cubic feet of gas. So again, you're paying 42% more for the same amount of gas. Again, DPL doesn't make money or control those supply costs. It's a market price. But on the distribution side for gas, rates went up 23% compared to last year, and they were already much higher than other gas utilities in the state overall, because Delmarva Power is a flat rate for their delivery charges, which you can see here were 60 cents last year, and this year almost 74 cents. They have a flat rate, so now how much you use, that's the rate you pay, whereas like Chesapeake Utilities, for example, they have a tiered system in which the more that you use, the less that number is. And so a lot of folks got real sticker shock last year, even more so this year. And this is a charge, this delivery charge, is what DPL makes profit off of, makes a return off of. Now, it is supposed to cover the cost of maintaining the gas pipelines. Many bills I've seen so far this year saw dramatic increases, and they were predominantly on the gas side, which makes sense given that the rate increase that happened from this year compared to last year. Unfortunately, both of those rate increases took place before the bill we passed last year that gives the Public Service Commission more authority and more power and more scrutiny to look at these rates, they now have the power to say no and to really dive deep and make sure that any rate cases and increases are protective and are benefiting customers and not just shareholders. Unfortunately, this gas distribution rate increase and the 2 rate increases that are before the Public Service Commission now all got filed before that bill went into effect. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a later video. Now, I'm going to remind everybody in each of these videos that Energize Delaware has a tremendous amount of programs that they do to help folks save money on their energy bills, gas or electric. You can get tons of rebates, you can do energy audits, and they even have a program now that they will give you direct payments for energy assistance through Energize Delaware, hundreds of dollars that you can use for your energy bills. Delmarva also has more options now for folks that are worried about getting behind on their bills. Now look, neither program is perfect and often leaves far too many families behind. I'm just wanting to make sure that people know that these 2 options exist that didn't exist last year, and for folks hopefully to take advantage of those. The next video we're going to talk about why these rates are increasing, so I hope you stay tuned for that one.